This feels painful, but if I don't destroy this spaceport, then the whole objective is absolutely foiled, but there's a giant death robot right next to it. Hello everybody and welcome back, you beautiful people, to North America. Look at the continent, it's glorious. It's both cold and deserty and just absolutely massive, and it, more importantly, is unified under the control of Lincoln. That's right, if you were watching me and this video right now, then very excitingly, I managed to finish this game. Now, I said originally, back when we started this Lincoln historical start game that was really good fun, I was going to give the series a little bit of a break because the game was taking a long time. We're on turn 203? No, 303 now, 1864 AD. The game's taking a long time, but I had resolved to try and finish it, to try and stop what could be the most domineering India we've seen on the game for some time. That's right, Chandragupta has smart materials. He is starting the exoplanet expedition. How far into that project he is, we don't know. All I know is that his city is 156 strength, it's 23 population, and to my 55 technologies, he has 74. That means probably fully powered giant death robots. It took us a bunch of episodes, but we managed to take Lincoln through a brutal civil war, claim pretty much the entirety of the North American continent with a couple of little bits. We're allowing a Korean Alaska, and I didn't really want to go further into Mexico because I feel my borders are pretty generous on my front anyway, so, you know, it's a little bit give or take, but I have basically unified North America. We've switched from the naughty government to the democratic American legacy. The world hates us. Pretty much, it's business as usual. What is undeniable though is that with this many cities, 38 cities with the historical starts mod, which gives some very delicious late start era start buildings and district bonuses and all kinds of things for starting later into the game, we now have an economic industry to rival anyone on this game. Sure, the Dutch seems to have taken over most of Northern, Western and British Europe. Sure, India is definitely a space pioneer that is absolutely scary. How many cities have they actually got? 9 cities, not a huge amount, but enough. This puts it into perspective though. 101 population. I have 274 population, so my economy should be roughly 3 times India's. Our mission is simple. Can we actually win this game? It is going to be very tricky. It is late game warfare. Let me just introduce you to where we are and what my immediate plans are. Now, first of all, diplomatically, we are in a situation where I've just taken over my government and converted to democracy. We always said we were going to do that. As soon as we'd unified and created the United States of America and a little bit more, we were going to go democratic, and I was going to use that accordingly. Now, I do actually have a few allies. Unbelievably, we have a few allies. The Dutch, as I say, the pioneers of the European expansion, are the allies and are actually very close allies to us. We have a bunch of trade routes going to them already. Along with that, I decided to befriend some of the other late starts into the game. Brazil is an ally, as well as Gran Colombia. We have created a sort of American alliance, ignoring the Mayans and Aztecs. They don't count. I've also picked up Coupe as an ally. I was thinking, you know what? If I'm not going to be able to control Hawaii in this game, I might as well be friends with the civ that does. So democratically, we have options. I don't need any more allies. Keeping these allies alone will be enough. I have enough war weariness and grievances to sink a small boat. This kind of shows how bad the problem is. 926 grievances. The world is unlikely to thaw to me anytime soon. The war was brutal. It's going to be probably about 200 to 300 turns of natural progression before the world forgets about that. So short of doing a lot of liberation, I'm not really going to make any new friends. Holding on to my friends as they've got, I mean, that is very important, especially because going to war with India, it's going to kick off another world war. Portugal, Ethiopia, Japan, more interestingly, on my borders. I forced them off the mainland, but they're still there on the Japanese heartland. We've got to play this diplomatically interestingly because I do need to get over to India. I need to do a bit more exploring and I need to get my units over there. Speaking of, challenge number 2. I have aircraft carriers, but I need more aircraft carriers. It's probably going to be the one thing that lets me drop nukes. I am currently building nukes, the Manhattan Project, in my sort of new surrogate capital of Springfield, Texas. I named all of my cities Springfield. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, someone was saying one of the states I'd got... Look, I'll be honest with you. The only people that truly care about American state codes are Americans, but was it this one? I think it might have been that one? I don't know. Who knows? But we're building up nukes. I need to get them over there. And there's two ways that I could do it. Now, originally, I was thinking about going nuclear submarines. Advantages to these, not only can they fire nukes, but they're also invisible. So I can get into the Indian Ocean and fire over the top. I already have bombers and I already have aircraft carriers, though. So I think what I'm going to be doing is once I have a civic, I was going capitalism. I don't remember why. Market economy is probably a very good card for me because I've actually got a lot of international routes. Let's say it was that. But what I'm going to do is pop in the naval card. Now, I believe it's, I think I've already got it. Yeah, I certainly do. International waters from Cold War. 100% production towards naval units. My aim is to build a couple of carriers and get some boats out to go and explore the Indian Ocean. I'm actually going to explore a lot of the map anyway because I'm only 2 techs off rocketry. And once I have Springfield, Texas with a spaceport, we'll get that project up as quickly as we can. I need to know exactly where India's spaceports are, and I need to know that as quick as possible. I might even just have to regular bomber strike them to logistic strike. Aluminium remains a problem, but we do have allies with aluminium. Brazil is a good source of it, so as long as we can keep trading with Brazil, we should be okay. I should be able to keep my air force in the air. Step number 3, I have to think ahead to projects, and actually there are a couple of great scientists left in the game. I have a chance picking up Stephanie, who is 100% production towards space race projects. Now, she is essential because unfortunately, Sagan has already gone, and Von Braun has already gone. So a lot of the engineers have already gone in this game. Stephanie is available, and after that, I could get Salam to get some more Eurekas for all of the technologies in the information era. Now, I've got most of them. Its own 3 tanks is pretty much the only one I need. But like, I know where a lot of this stuff is. It's very good. I think Stephanie has got to be a priority. Now, if we have a look, India is very close to picking her up. India has quite a bit of gold, a bit of gold income, faith income, bit of a risk at picking her up naturally. So what I'm going to do as a short-term priority is rush campus projects. I'm going to be doing a lot of campus projects in order just to rush this as quick as I can. It's going to probably destroy quite a lot of the things that I was producing, but I think it's really important here that we get as many of these projects out as possible. Double science project production or space project production is going to be a huge one for me. My 4th goal as well is to build up my economy. Now, I'm building lots of industrial zones everywhere, which is kind of a good thing, but there's no point in going for great engineers anymore because they don't exist. I think I'm going to have more luck going for trade routes and piling trade routes into my de facto capital. I also need a lot of spies. I've got 4 options for spies and I haven't popped any of them down. So there are things that I could be doing here. Speaking of, I'm going to start building them where I can. Going to war with India is going to trigger a huge war. I still, in theory, I'm at risk of emergencies here as well. Now, I don't believe I'm going to have too much of a problem. I think I'm pretty defensible, but we should expect a little bit of a war sometime. I'm going to start sending my army over. I don't know who's in charge of Sri Lanka. Could be a good staging post. There's a lot of stuff we're going to have to figure out, but those are some short-term priorities. Let's just have a go. Let's just pile in. I'm going to spend a couple of turns as well sorting my economy out. I've got a lot of strategics and a lot of luxuries that I could sell. Luckily, my entire nation is ecstatic. That's one of the good things about having such a late start in this mod. Each city was getting like 4 or 5 amenities per building. It was absolutely brilliant. I, for one, am very excited about getting started here. So, yeah, leave this with me. I'm going to try and sort my economy out. If I can get enough gold, what I'm going to do is buy an aircraft carrier pretty much immediately, and then we'll go from there. That's a little bit better. Cleared out all my strategics and luxuries, gained about maybe 200 gold per turn and about 5,000 gold up front. What I'm going to do, though, is make a horrific deal with Congo. Now, what I could do is make this deal and then declare war on them immediately. I'm not going to do that because I feel that's a little bit cheesy, but I'm going to be trading 867 gold per turn. That's 2/3 of my entire economy, the 18,000 gold up front. Why am I doing that? Well, I'm going to be pushing towards getting Stephanie. The reason I'm a little bit unsure about just doing all these projects is look at this. 87,000 gold, 106,000 gold, 40,000 gold. Enough people have enough gold just sitting in the bank account that they could just buy her out immediately. Do I trust the game not to do that? No. No, I don't. So I'm gonna basically trade away my entire economy, which is dreadful, all of my gold per turn, because I believe getting Stephanie and that bonus is going to set me up better than actually having an economy to do things like buying buildings. I think the American economy can survive this. It's like a purchase for the future. We're just going to have to build around it, you know? Now, unfortunately, Congo's deal was basically the best by far. I'm going to have to just give away the rest of my economy here to Arabia. Oh, that's painful. I now have 4 gold per turn. Oh dear, but there's Stephanie. That makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, so we're not going to get Salam, but that's fine. India will get Salam, and that doesn't matter. Our economy is basically trashed. I no longer need these campus research projects, that's for certain. I think it's a priority. Yeah, we're going to have to get some trade routes sorted now, and we're going to have to rebuild my economy because this is looking pretty nasty. And yeah, I'm going to take a bit of a gamble here. My entire army, I'm going to basically put it into the sea. Oh, these settlers as well is good for visibility. We're going to go into the sea, and I'm going to actually go towards India here. I don't think my army is going to be anywhere near as powerful enough as it would need to be to even scratch the outer shell of India, but we're gonna have to give it a go. Can I even get open borders? I can get open borders with Japan. That in itself is a really good thing. Okay, so I can actually go and hopefully get close to them. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that this is a good move, but it's something we're gonna do. I trimmed down my air force just a little bit so I wasn't running low on aluminium. I'm like, 4 bombers will be enough to execute what I need them to do. But we've now got access to research labs. That's a wonderful thing. Start to pop those up in my cities. Baltimore is a really strong contender down here actually for Amundsen Scott. Can't rush for wonder, but that would give my capital a little bit more production. I'm going to keep calling it my capital, by the way. Not entirely sure that's a true statement. Also, the adjacency of the commercial hubs right now doesn't matter. It is the trade route that is the only thing that matters. Exciting turn, rocketry's finished, capitalism is finished, and also the Manhattan Project is finished. Perfect stuff, you like to see it. I've also got my first spy in this city. Just watch as the Pingala immediately gets killed. I was just having a look to see what's in my government plaza. I couldn't remember what I'd done. Warlords Throne means that I actually am going to run out of the 20% production bonus very soon, so I do in theory want to keep my war up, but I feel like being democratic, I've got to war India, and kind of like, that's it. We'll see how that one goes though, I'm not entirely sure, but I can now build nukes. I do want some nukes. 3 turns in my capital to build that. Research labs obviously are really important as well. Tell you what, it'd be handy if I could do lots of stuff, but more importantly actually, the spaceport. That is handy. Let's get that one in, and I'm going to pop it right next to my capital tile, because then my spy is at least attempting to protect it. Stephanie is ready to go. I have a Royal Society as well. Royal Society lets you use your builders to rush space projects, something we very much want to do. Liang, I'm going to actually move down to Alabama, a big city nearby, and then I can get 6 charge builders kind of in and ready. You can see I'm actually starting to stack up some builders now. These are all 5 charges. Hey, 5 charge, perfectly fine. Don't mind that at all. I want to get more than 1 spaceport though. I guess if I've got a really good city like this one is 93 production. That's pretty good. Yep, I think I actually might want to get another spaceport in this area just to be able to rush this later. So yeah, we'll kind of, I'll get a few of these going. About 100 production. That's going to be my natural sort of point of reference there, I think. Just changing my government around though. E-commerce, 5-year plan, these are very good. New Deal, I almost don't need that card. That's the crazy thing. International Space Agency is giving me some science, but now I have access to market economy to make my trade routes even better. I'm going to take a gamble on the fact that New Deal isn't needed. Although it's working my capital really nicely. There's a lot of cards we need right now. I need to improve my government. Actually, this is not a bad shout. I probably should. Actually, we can't move on from democracy though, because I'll lose my democratic ability on trade routes because I've got fascist legacy. There's some choices to make here. Rather than the raw science bonus, I'm going to take the science and culture in gold, I think. Just on trade routes, I think that'll get multiplied better. But I'll keep changing my cards around a little bit. If I have more than 2 city-states on side, I think it might be better to have the other card in. But right now, these trade routes are bonkers, and I want more of them. Well, this sort of thing could be a problem. My friendship with Coupe expired, and they don't want to reaffirm it, and they have minus 83 opinion of me. I'm going to do everything I can right now in order to keep these borders open and to keep this friendship going, but I am worried we're going to lose another friend, and I'll be honest with you, I do not have the capacity to lose too many more friends in this game. Oh, Gran Colombia, that is more oh no, that's not a good one. They like me plus 21 though, so I'm hoping they will just do the usual thing that AI does and go, oh, well, I'll only accept friendship on my turn for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure. You know what, I'm going to need to bribe you with some oil. It's the American way. There you go, favorable trade deals. I'm hoping that's enough to keep them on side, but that's really annoying because I just lost an absolute bunch of production in my capital, and the spaceport's taking a bit longer to do now, but it's fine, it's fine. We'll get it done. So one really big problem I've got right now, I have a wall of denounced civilizations. So Korea, Vietnam, Khmer, Indonesia, Australia, they have all denounced me, and they are obviously not leaving me open borders, which means I cannot get through. I could declare war, but that is just a bit of an annoyance. I could fire missiles over the top, which I should be able to do, but I'd be firing blind for now. One crazy thought I've just had though, the Bermuda Triangle. Watch this. If I bring my battleship through, I get plonked out here, directly below India. So, oh my lord, I can use Bermuda Triangle to shuttle my units through. Yes, right. Everyone, going in a different direction now. Change of plan. Oh, this is where having a camera mod like this is really handy because I can zoom out a little bit and actually not have to scroll from one side of the screen to another endlessly. Look at this. Just pick the units, make your way over here, automate movement. Don't talk to me until you have arrived. I don't care. This is what I get to do between turns. This is the sort of fun I have when I film these big games for you. Yay! I'm quite glad we still don't have civilization death stacks like we have had in certain other previous iterations of Civ, but it would be good to be able to stack units just a little bit more, even if it was just for transportation. Like a logistics mode. Press a button, your units become totally useless for actual war and combat, but whilst they're like that, then they can move quicker. I don't know, there's probably a way to do it. I could airport it. I guess I could just build airports like a sensible person, but nah. Yep, Coupe's relationship has deteriorated and Gran Colombia didn't offer me friendship on their turn, which is slightly worrying. I don't like that at all. Please be my friend. I promise I'm not this desperate in real life. Oh, there we go. I don't know why the AI does this. It just makes you wait. That's good. That's probably cost me about 60 production in my capital and an equivalent amount of food just waiting on that, but I'm glad that we can renew that project. There's a lot of trade routes with Gran Colombia that I can get, and I want them all. I still think getting Stephanie was worth it, but blimey, I wish I could be getting more research labs than I've currently got because, oh boy, yeah, my science, every time I get one, my science goes up by like 30. It's really, really, really good. I am, at the moment, working on, I think like 6 spaceports. I shouldn't need more than this. This is just for the repeatable projects. Once I get into space, depends on how far an advantage India's got, but I might need to move very quickly. I really hope as well, I haven't got to go too much further north to find their cities. Now, if I'm really lucky, I will find a spaceport on the coast, and I'll be able to immediately go from there. India does have nuclear submarines. That means they're going to have nuclear submarine armadas. That means that basically my subs will get one shot. And if they don't take that shot, then they will regret it very quickly. My goal at the moment as well is just going into traders in my capital. This isn't my capital. I know it's not my capital, but it's my adopted capital, okay? It's fine. I'm working on governor titles as well because I realized Pingala doesn't have space initiative yet. Now, it shouldn't matter because Stephanie's 100% bonus will give me a huge bonus, but it's always worth keeping an eye on. And as I say, commercial hubs are my priority. I need more traders. I'm getting them. I need more. The best bit is because all of my cities have this era start building in them. They've got 5 food amongst other yields. So what I'm finding is that they do level up and they get more citizens quite quickly. And they're all getting the opportunities to get themselves commercial hubs and harbors quicker than I would have expected them to. I cannot complain. So far, this is okay. Yeah, I'm catching up. Very begrudgingly, the game is letting me catch up. It's just Oh, my units are going to get absolutely minced by these nuclear submarines. I can just see it happening. And with telecommunications and social media, an emergency against us has failed. There's no way I'm giving Mali 20,000 gold. We're not doing that. But I've got diplomatic favor now, which is a wonderful thing. It takes me a long time to do these trades, but trade I must. I need an economy. I need to be able to sell absolutely everything that my nation is producing. It takes a long time to go through this. But after the Great Stephanie purchase, this is the only thing keeping me buoyant right now. I need as much gold as I can get. Time to put in, where is it, integrated space cell into my capital, because our spaceport is finished. India has yet to finish this fourth project. I mean, Stephanie has time to activate. We still have some good traders, like that trade route to London, 26 gold per turn. It's good, but this is better. Earth satellite. 2 turns, and I believe I've got a bunch of builders that are just waiting to go. Chuck production at this. Oh yeah, look at that. This is how we're going to burn through our projects. Actually, I've timed this slightly badly. I probably should have gone satellites before telecommunications, but it's fine. It's fine, because what I was doing was I was using my gold to just get... Oh, do we get the aircraft carrier over first? I think I'd get the aircraft carrier over first and then bring some bombers over. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the bombers over, because this is more nuclear potential. It's exciting though, isn't it? Beginning to get to the fun bit. And as much as I want a better government, I don't think it's going to work for me right now. We're going to get cultural heritage, environmentalism, and then near future governance. We're going to get a good culture boost with moon landing. That'll give me another governor for Pingala. All right, let's see what the world has got to offer us. We are going to discover every single natural wonder that I had yet to find. If I needed Iriscore, this would be a very good way of doing it. If I had candy on side, this would have been a very good time to do this. But the Earth satellite is in the sky now. Let's go and have a look and see just what India have got in store for us, because we're going to need a battle plan here. And now that I've got satellites in space, I'm like the 5th person to do this. Yeah, we're going to need a plan. Oh, and there's 3 people that we could befriend here. People we hadn't met. Mongolia, Poland, and Scythia. Now, I'm hoping Scythia still does the thing. It's late game, so I can't guarantee it'll still work. But she is Gilgamesh version 2. Yeah, look at that. Friendship. Oh, there's some people just can't help themselves. Oh, and Mongolia wants to be friends as well. That's a big one, because I think Mongolia and India want, they share a border. And actually Poland as well. None of these people know of the horrible sins that I have performed upon the world. And also, Zulu wants to be... Oh, they almost want to be my friends. Yes. Yes, Zulu. Oh, we like Zulu on big TSL maps, don't we? Let's go and see what the world looks like then. So, Aztec, as we know, are discovered, it's kind of limited to here. Kupe's having a decent game, but they're very much stuck to Hawaii, which is massive on this map, but never mind. Indonesia's doing okay. Actually, no, I say that. Kupe is on New Zealand. Of course they are. New Zealand, Hawaii, they used to have this city, they've lost it. Australia, kind of doing their own thing. There's South America. There is Africa. Oh, yeah, Dido is just like abandoned up to the north. Totally abandoned it, and Carthage just spawned down here. Okay, I love it. I love it. Oh god, Egypt's doing really well. That's a big old empire. Fair play. They own Mecca. That's cool. It looks like Greece is doing okay. Oh, I'm very impressed with the Dutch, though. They've taken over Gaul. They've taken over France. They've taken over England. Scotland still exists. Sweden seems to have taken over Norway. Fair play to you. Poland is doing well, hanging on in there. Scythia as well. Mongolia, yep, they do share a border with India. That's going to be really handy. Korea, it's kind of Hokkaido and the Korean Peninsula and a little bit of Russia. Japan is doing a Japan thing. But here we go. Here is India. So we discovered all the cities before, but what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to tag all of the spaceports so that we know exactly where they are. At the moment, there are 4. One on the coast, second one on the coast, and then there's one right over on the east of the empire, and then one hidden in the Himalayas. Now, looking at the graphics, it's actually quite interesting. There is a rocket ready to go in this spaceport, and there is the same thing down here. Now, they haven't finished project number 4 yet, to my knowledge. Exoplanet Expedition is still to be blasted off into space. This means that either a city started it and then had to stop. So yeah, look, there we go. The spaceport is pillaged and then it started in another city. But that spaceport's pillaged as well. Interesting. I think they've had a flood and a storm or something. We've had natural disasters that have actually slowed down India. That wasn't me. And honestly, wasn't me. But okay, for now, that's not too bad. And it also means there are 2 ground zeros. If I thermonuked either of these 2 tiles, I'd hit both spaceports. Interesting. In fact, actually, there are 2 targets here that would attack 3 cities. Oh, they've packed their cities in heavily. Okay. That's an interesting revelation. Do you not find? Very interesting revelation indeed. Let's get this trader sorted. My capital's got like a turn. Put a turn's worth of nuclear device going in. I don't know if that's going to be... I mean, yeah, I haven't got Manhattan Project yet, have I? Oh, sorry, not Manhattan. Operation Ivy. Get that in about 6 turns. So, yeah, okay. Oh, I have so much tech left to do. We really need more science. Yeah, let's get the research lab going and then I'll get the next space project in. But we need to increase our science quite heavily here now. Satellites, we're going to space again. Hopefully we'll be able to do very soon. Oh, these trade routes are good. I have to say, I love the fact, absolutely love the fact that now that we've revealed the map, we have so many more trade routes active. I just wish more of them were going to this city, but it's okay. I was just looking +6 immunities. Kind of getting a little bit worrying, but I realized we're only up to 1 luxury, and I've gone down from like 16 or 17 of the things to about 12 now. So I could probably go and buy some on the international market. Only problem with that is I need to wait about 7 million years for the international market to refresh, but it's okay. Oh, Brazil, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Oh, no. Brazil are going to be the next one to refuse the alliance. I'm trading with you so much. Oh, look at that. Rare, you actually get to trade perfume. Normally the AI's done that immediately. Pop the moon landing down, 3 turns, immediately get a builder in, rush the project, and then finish the research lab. It's just like 3 production on everything. So we've got plastics now, synthetic materials, composites, nanotech. 2 of these are 1 turn, the other 2 are not. I own 3 tanks. That's probably something I could rush though, so we'll have a look at that. Alright, our luck has run out. India has now officially restarted that project. Have you denounced me, Ethiopia? And Ethiopia's denounced me. There's no easy way of getting through here to see what I can do. But I do have the bombers on the way. The aircraft carrier is only a few turns away now, so we can think about rushing through pretty soon. Depredation cavalry. I wish I'd upgraded that to helicopters before, but actually saying that, I don't have the aluminium, so that's probably a bit of a nice thought with no actual ramifications of use there. Never mind. Is there anywhere on the map I could settle? Any free land at all? Nope, not at all. Okay, well that's fair. 2 turns away from the moon landing. Oh, I reckon we can probably boost that through next turn, and we should be hugely culturally boosted. That'll help. That'll help a lot. I'm just, now that India's making its project again, I'm so worried. That's me. Where are they? Says like it doesn't show them with a particularly complete bar, but I never trust that graphic. Aha! This might confuse matters a little bit. No, I don't want to join in on an aid request. That sounds awful, but a military emergency against me. Uh-oh. Now, I've got a lot of army. 3,500. There's a chance that the AI will turn this down. But most of my army is embarked at sea in really random places. For instance, Ethiopia, Phoenicia, Brazil, Ethiopia, like they all have boats around me and could do some significant damage. I am very much out of position right now. I'm very much getting ready to strike India. Oh, it failed. Okay, it failed. Oh, 1 passed against the Dutch though. Interesting. So who voted for it? Mali voted for it. Brazil voted for it. You absolute scoundrel. Everyone else is like, come on now, he was just unifying his continent. Let's not dig up the past. Who has gone to war with the Dutch? Portugal, Egypt, Poland, India. Right, what alliance have I got with the Dutch? I can't remember. Military alliance, you say? Join ongoing war against Chandragupta. Yeah, they'll let me join that easily. So I could get +5 combat strength against India. Look, that's only my fascism bonus. It's almost nothing, but it could be worth everything. Also, I've got the legacy card as well, so we can... There are elements of my past that I can draw upon to get all nasty. Right, first of all, let's just boost this project through. There's the moon landing. Now, as I say, I am not the first person to do this. I am not even the second. I believe not even the 3rd person to do this, but I have the 2nd project out. Amanatori hasn't done it. Arabia has. India has. Okay, that's about it for now. India's still doing my project. I don't like it. The thing is, right, as soon as Chandragupta gets the 4th project up in the air, 2 things happen. Firstly, the 50-year tracker begins to tick down. My game becomes limited immediately. Secondly, every other spaceport in their territory suddenly gets the projects to put the rockets up into space, and that becomes an issue because suddenly their Everest city with lots and lots of Deity bonus like that could be firing projects up and there'd be nothing I could do about it. It would be too far away. So I almost want to strike early, knock the spaceports out and stop them even getting that project into the air. That would be the absolute ultimate aim. I don't know if I can even do that, to be absolutely honest with you. That could be a bit of an ambitious ask. There's 2 solar panels, by the way. Always get the boosts if you can. I'm having to actually look at my alliances here. 27 turns on Gran Colombia. Right, I can send the trade routes there. I'm just so tired of my allies abandoning me halfway through a trade route. Like, don't you know that I'm using you to win the game? Stop it. Tell you what I will do quickly. I'm just going to pop a diplomatic quarter down next to the spaceport and the city centre. I get loads and loads and loads of production towards districts, 150% given the late start mod that we're playing. It's good fun though. That is good fun. And another trade route. Like all of my gold at the moment is just going into trade routes, but it's worth it because the production and the food that I'm putting through Springfield, Texas is amazing. What is the range currently on my bombers at the moment? There's no point going to war. Oh, there it is. Yeah, no point going to war if I can't strike. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it needs 2 more turns to get in range. Right, we'll hold off for a second. But yeah, this is close now. This is very close. I mean, just passing by. Passing through, you could say. Who knows? Who honestly knows? 3 turns, 2 turns. We are very, very close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just triple check the range again. Yeah, we're just not in range. There's no point declaring war right now. That is a missile cruiser. Yeah, India have got a really decent navy. We're going to have to be so careful with how we do this. I mean, half of my army isn't upgraded. Like, I am aware of that. This is a really, really scant and very strange army. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to bomb India whilst attacking Ethiopia. I can do that because Ethiopia and India have an alliance, so declaring one on the other, they just both get brought in. This is only 81 strength compared to 144. This could get sunk and destroyed really easily. So we'll grab that city and we'll use that as a staging ground. Even if I can't hold it for very long, I can hold it for some time because I've got a good victor and all my cities will be happy. I think it's a good strategy. We'll see if it actually turns out to be a good strategy, but I think it's a good one. How many turns? 13 on my alliance with the Dutch. Oh, they like me plus 51. Hell yeah. I mean, Almar definitely wasn't your city, Dutch, but I'll forgive you. I'll pretend that I didn't see that. Build nuclear device vote. We've got to get at least a couple of these ready because, yeah, we're going to strike. Oh, and mechanized infantry now. Yes, of course. Keep forgetting we keep getting all these 3 armed units. They're absolutely amazing. Everyone through Bermuda. Through you go. Feels like a strange use of faith, but I'm actually going to use about 3,000 of my faith to get 3 separate tanks. 2 separate tanks. There's composites. Okay, cool. Now, and then we can move on from there, but that just saved me 2 turns worth of science. Absolutely worth it. I mean, composites is good, and near future governance is good, but 3 turns on nanotech? Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, we're going to have to actually rejig my government again right now in order to give myself as much science as we can get. So International Space Agency, back in you go instead of Economic Union for a second, and I'm actually going to just double this up and go containment briefly. And I'm getting rid of a lot of trade route stuff, but it's okay. It's okay for now. I'm just going to give myself a little boost of science, and I'm going to steal a city-state because we've got loads and loads of envoys now. And double-use envoys sounds really good. People are really coming around to me. The democratic bastion that I am. There you are, Coops. What are you? Fascism. Ha 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 ha. Right. Rapa Nui. Easter Island. I'm going to steal it. Oh, as I say, I'm listening to the podcast, Fall of Civilizations. I did a whole thing on Easter Island and Rapa Nui, and it was just mind-boggling. I had no idea about the sort of actual history of the place and kind of what went on there. It was both really interesting, heartbreaking, and also, like, really enlightening at the same time. Really, really strange. But what matters in this game is it's my city-state now, which gives me another 5% science. Hey, you gotta take it whilst you can. Enemy spy level reduced by 1 when targeting this city or cities of encampments. Not now. Not now, Dropbox. What do you... Get lost. Who invited you here? Honestly. Anyway, it gives me time to do my nuclear... Oh, yeah, look, we've actually taken a turn off nanotech. Oh, that rejig was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. Space initiative. We've got it. Perfect. I am ready to space. Absolutely everywhere. Oh, just a giant death robot lurking there. Oh, no. Why? The terrible golem. Actually, India has no uranium. Good to know. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no. Their last project's gone. Their last project's gone. Literally, I kid you not, the turn that my boats arrive with the rockets. Right, okay. All I've got to hope now is that we can just do some pillaging and stop them from getting any further into space. Oh, they've got rocket artillery, they've got all kinds of stuff. This is horrible. I really need to put my legacy card in there. We missed that boat. Never mind. Let's get involved. What we're going to do is we're going to jump in on the war, like so, joining in on the war. In I go. And I'm going to just go around every single player I can find. And I'm going to just pull in as many people into this war as I can. Now, I have declared war on India. Oh, that's a good way of bypassing their alliances, isn't it? I'm not at war with Ethiopia at the moment. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, I'm just going through now. I'm going to see who wants to get involved in this war. Yeah, literally no one wants in. Nobody wants in because India's that strong. Okay, and they have units everywhere. Okay, this isn't good. This isn't good. Right, okay, first step. We've got to make a bit of a suicide play here. This feels painful, but if I don't destroy this spaceport, then the whole objective is absolutely foiled, but there's a giant death robot right next to it. Oh, man. That means I'm probably going to get intercepted. Yep, I'm going to get intercepted. I can't even do that. Oh, India, you absolutely have played me here. Right, okay, what I can do is, at the very least, I can use my bombers to obliterate some of this navy, just to give myself a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time. Pull the aircraft carrier back. That's a really... No, there's a lot of powerful submarines. That's not good. Okay, right, come back in. I'm going to use some troops to kind of try and block my aircraft carrier. Otherwise, this is just not good. Oh, I got some cavalry on. I can do some pillaging, but they're going to die quickly. Yeah, I have a feeling that my units are going to get killed instantaneously. What I need to do is I need to regather myself and get some nuclear submarines, because nukes is going to be the one way I get through this. My hope is that by throwing this many units at India, the AI is just going to not know what to do. Sometimes you can cause the AI total indecision just based on pure unit spam, and that's what we're going for here. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Krogerbrand Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennes, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!